Premo atso Ghana de shimai mai mamunyina ha mama kwa ba de ba UTV so ebra so se awie en small dry en saka ya boabo no ya de beso mo ya de aseda e ma this way chocolate drink e Ghana kokoni ya de aye ede aya no anumbi your best point savings and loans and the best assurance special ice natural mineral water and drinks awodro ne kan wo bi ne awie omobom bichido en samwa ya de eba no edoso ye di mu akotine ebi eni Ghana mampanyi na Nadu Dankwa Kufu Adu edi animu ahwe ama Kofi Annan Peace and Security Forum de toso miensa no ye bie ano na nyame adom mahebedwafo no aya mamre ne amane ahwe ama anti LGBTQI bill ni yaje atum Sam George abonsentrofo abaso won koye ema no ebemu ne de ani be kire mu ana ye kɔ miemie ahodo afran plains ne potem ba bie nsuo ma omo ekan no chem so madio mampanyini ho yawo se wo kasafa Ghana ho no wa mo sa ensuyiri no tubia akwakoye ensensem bebranei omache omadwe ede afa ho na se eba se obi ekɔ awo so ye ma ne kwan ma na kofie no ye ma no de no maternity leave no se paternity leave so eba ye bisa ese ekoye anase enkoye no eya adwenkyira aba ye je free enkrofo eho ensam no ebi kan odon hwe ba kontem ye de ba besum bidin ye de akua ajiwa akode afi ensam no nkyiremu eni eba Kofi Annan asundwe ene bambon kasa ho dwumadi ade toso miensa no mampanyi na Nadu Dankwa Kufu Ado abi ano wakasa ade atodwa se eba batatuo ene akwantu ho hia efisi ade owo na chichiri kuro entiwiase nyada entwese betua na moye ama wono matu batano so anya asundwe ne bambo fise eye edemaye nyinada babia yete
Company na Nadu Dankwa Kufu Ado kasa yemu no ena wo chemu se wiase mpanifo se wonsachi be yoda nanka entise wonsayem nanso niama hodo bi etise ntokwa mentem ho ase wiem obobere wo hia ho kire konfita kukototo anwa so nti wo behwe no na nipa wo firi ne maso akwakopie mu e kwasiburo ni krom esanse osusu se kwasiburo ni krom eni yidie ase kire ankasa nanso konesa hodo nipa fa so kopie mu kwasiburo ni krom no enye kwampanti no behwe no ne yekum nipa wo kwa so ensuo na efa dodo na anyina no enye asempa we no mampanyini gina so da to wiasa ma hodo nyina anim se nyina ne yembo ne enka yetimpam ho na bakofo didi mia kromu nyede abrochima yeye na biman so yeye a ba bia bedwona nkwankoba saa na ho kire ne kamia kwa ese bibirem nkwan na wode a ene nya de ho beto yen ama won so won ho ato mesanse sumofi wo he adwoa ena krama enya dabre o mampanyi kirem sa bibifo kwa kokopiemu amonone a sika afibia mu no wo sene ba wonchi ba ye $55 billion eboa papa ene te ho behia se wiase nyina adwene ho no ma niam mu yefo no bi pesu otukwan ko wiase afo na ba bia no kobobra atumi ayefo.
Political and economic mismanagement, extreme poverty, armed conflicts, corruption, and human rights violations remain critical among the factors compelling people to seek greener pastures and freedom from violence elsewhere. At the same time, however, the linkages between climate change and its potential to expose people to diverse forms of insecurity show that most population flows have their sources in both domestic and global injustices. The multiple benefits that accompany cross-border migration, such as remittances, knowledge and skills transfer, have become potent forces for poverty eradication in low-income countries. The benefits of migration cannot be optimized. However, without reducing the multiple costs that attend it, including the brain drain problem and mass exodus of critical personnel that include doctors and nurses to rich countries. The ability to leverage migration as a source of growth and shared prosperity in every part of the world demands scrupulously neutral assessments of both the proximate and root factors that drive it, as well as the benefits and challenges that accompany migratory movements.
Opinion of the EU kuna no my Ghana mu Ikadi Razali and Mohammed bin Chambers penyin su gina African Union kuna nemu a wonyina no ekasa bie.
With military coups and autocratic rule in Africa on the rise and anti-immigrant rhetoric becoming the go-to vote winner in electoral campaigns in the developed West, the flow and plight of migrants are expected to get worse in the near future, even as the human smugglers get richer. in line with the recommendations of the Financial Action Task Force and ECOWAS's Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering, GIABA, we must double our efforts to ensure the application of the Follow the Money Trail, which targets the main reasons smugglers operate.
The similarities between Africa and Europe are more important than the divergence of views. To a large extent, we tend to see migration as a problem rather than opportunity, both in Europe and in Africa, and in both cases. The first reaction is a securitization of migration, especially in the context in West Africa and in Gulf of Guinea in particular, where we have a lot of speakings of infiltration, influx, external threats.
It is a humanitarian imperative to protect the welfare and human rights of migrants and to underline the potential role of intra-regional migration and mobility within Africa in reducing the pressures and number of persons using irregular and dangerous migration channels in order to ensure their well-being and safeguard their safety and security, especially that of women and unaccompanied migrant children.
Emra efa gay lesbian fa wo fa hyehye ne sebisedua sa homa phone se ne brahye bedwaje atom akaso mampanyi akufo adode ne sabehya ase na babaye mrapon aboa yen na nipa ba akwa no dimu tintimai pa no ye ningo prampram brahye bedwani onimonyafo Sam George ene wakasa de atodwa se ensentwofo yade pa se ye ka sa emre ho asem brahye bedwafo ne te ase ene omo age atom.
We are grateful to the media and we will continue to work with you going forward in the sensitization of the public. As sponsors, we once again want to reassure the media that you are partners in this battle and in this struggle. The intent of the bill has never been to gag your Chapter 12 rights. We respect your rights to editorials, but you and I all know that editorials are different from advocacy. And so your editorial rights to issues on the subject of homosexuality, issues on the subject of Ghanaian family values would continue to be protected by us as sponsors and the Constitution of the Republic. It is for that reason we introduced the additional consideration today, just to give you that double assurance that subject to the 1992 Constitution's Chapter 12 rights of the media remain entrenched, respected, and protected.
For the avoidance of doubt.
For the avoidance of any doubt, be they unintended or mischievous. And so, as our able allies, we want to once again say a very big thank you that you have carried our voice, amplified our voice, and carried the nation along. We know that per the CDD Ghana's own polls, 93% of Ghanaians support this bill and support the work that Parliament has done. And we know that we couldn't have gotten that 93% support on our own, but for the work that you, the media, have done in projecting the ills and vices of homosexuality and projecting proper Ghanaian family values. We'll continue to work with you to make sure that our children are protected, the innocence of Ghanaian children is not attacked, and that our cultural values are upheld and respected. Once again, you have our gratitude and we are grateful. We want to once again even say a very big thank you to the Honorable Osei Mensah Bonsu, who was very instrumental in the passage of this bill. You know that the Honorable John Ntim Fojo, who is actually not just a member of Parliament on the NPP side, but is actually a member of government by being a member, the Deputy Minister for Education, is one of our sponsors. And we cannot thank Mensah Bonsu enough for the fantastic work he did with amendments to make sure that this bill has come out well. We believe that the majority of the NPP side, I cannot forget the immediate past Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, the Honorable Dr. Efriye, who actually helped us to improve the definition of sex by adding chromosomal structure to the definition of sex. So there has been a massive support from the majority side and overwhelming support from the minority side. The House has stood united. We may have had one or two members who have expressed reservations, but that is their democratic right. We respect it, but the overwhelming majority of both sides of the House have supported this bill.
Ene nansa ena Ghana mampanyi na Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo de oman bobre ene tibia ye wom atudwa na wokasa no eye akosombo dam ye bie ye mankrofo kan ye no wa moho wa anasa wanka bibia fa ho entenam so ama Afram Plains South mashibedwani onimanyafo Joseph Apiaboaten se adehye ne ebo anyeso omo ani nje so mampanyi ankasa afo mo hawo ne ho.
If you say 39%, you are 30%, you are 20%, but you need to be as answer from Prince. The time we are not going to say, I be a show and all. The medium teams are buying on an NG from Prince, and also interest for from Prince. Be 2016 school, secondary school, Mahamayas or the satellite campus, Bahon, Umbi Yikoy. So as soon as a name say, you approve your parliament, Emma cabinet, so I get him. No, if ever Ghana, so and I say be dressed, so I'm not diabetic, no, I do. Afram Prince akwan say omni koye kumase akwan nje aban no any interest bia wa Afram Prince ana me de me hu no ne nanka me force aban be yen say na anim no ye bridge no sabio say awo kan obi ana say ade san pantu ni adwuma nti ma emwa say obi yare ide metwa nsuo no emwa ntina me so obeka pantu no asem na bridge no mo be no na fi o san kan yakwan main road free chairman from ekosi agode kenan yakwan nye sometimes grand car itimi ka ekwan mfimfini nso to a na tractor akotwe no ebi okwa tractor kwa twen tractor ne tractor nso asan kaje san kofa no da tractor na obebe twen tractor na so matimi dia twen car se free wo nti ama main road so me nka say other roads no kra main road ankasa na me force aban so be kan na deputy minister kra be answer question also ye project wa Afram Prince so nti ono so nim se retie but obi aba it sounds one interest wo nti o kan sem bia sa keke na okọ
na science nkroya ho na mfantia kwa South mashibedwani onwanyafo Kofi Ochiri Ajekum ede atudwa se o de binyesa enye boapayo so mampanyi bebu nani egu adehye yawso na ebomu no bibi na ebia ebofa na nisuntie na mampanyi anhyeda se wonka bibia e wakosombo dam ibie ne ho
Jesus as not HCC no president kasa okoho enu achi no ni ministers be ministry bia e fa on water resources, even finance minister Kurako. It shows that the government has shown a lot of concern for that particular incident. A gender minister, water minister, disaster here, it affects everybody. Energy minister, share the situation so that they can all the people should appreciate it. President State of the Nation they have not been neglected. But it will be to say could you trouble them there? Tembia they are at Renchem and now at Semusi and Crawford. Now they are trying to make political capital out of it. That's how I see how they are doing it. But because the important thing is President Akoho, the ministers will Akoho said all that they do to make them conform. Until people guys say, or Kasa sit on one muscle. It's as if someone I don't agree to that position. Media may who say an issue to just talk about unemployment. But we should say roads are increasing massively. We are employing people. Agenda 1111. Hospitals very over 111. Any nipa na employ be nurses, doctors, omo see hospitals no kra. So obi ka say one unemployment wasem. I don't see the issue he's talking about. Because all this thing the ultimate no employ people. And now and some no kra na atu forcing air can no kra no. Me na me hu say onye ne research ye papa. Because who can say you were 33 million Ghanaians now emu 11.6. I listened to him very 11.6 or 7 per year employed. Not as what person say bear 20 million there, omunye employed. That is not true. That is not true. Ufa Ghana population, about 50% omunye youth. Youth in the sense below 15 years. Ghana population 33 million. You move 50%. So we are calling about 16 million. 1 more year below employable levels. By ultimate for one count now can say 33 million employment period. Out of 16 million can say Udi also 11.6 grana a year employed. Na kai Uti youth na omuye school going age are omuye employable at this stage free. Now think of free more. By 5 million. And a year people who are available who needs job and must be employed. Okay.
Kwame Nkrumah japade ba ko dijaye ne ho me betime di ensache no ye motorway no na onmanya for Francis Asenso Boache oye osoafo hwe akwane akwantimposo ebo apro ehwensiesie mpenifo eye ye kone ani Alhaji Moru adi eho enkomodi nachi Alhaji makwa wa
mejo so
motorway na he fast side na mugina na die benti na de makopie ho nei
minu ka se ye gina kama motorway run about no so na obi anim say na nsen bi ba ministry wa minister Pofra ba Samuel Francis Asensu Boache wabon na aba bi di tema motorway run about say ordinary ba be na o say project we no ono a emra owo abamun owo local government no ka so kan wona oni minister ba ha si oni president ba ha be commission first phase when your second phase edu so wo mo ye afasoro wo fitama ehunya so be fast yo be fasoro abetna kwa akosombu na ufasa wo su ba wo fast ya na no an se wo ko eyi bia ne ho ebetu ti oba ordinary ba be say project ni da president akuma pa se o say o commission sa project we kra sana so di fu so we nti ordinary ba be hwe no dia de sede ato contractor name say oma modia na nka oma ahuhare ema ejuma num ni a ubetunu ko onye day and night no mra ejuma no contentem enfama Ghana for na we na contractor no so catch any say even for last year men so to na omo de no mugine mo omo ye ejuma na say minister kasa ono so obebo modin pa ama o ye ejuma na ejuma na nkasa completing time 28 December year be 20 na senka omo di project ni share abanfa na wasebo say the minister na kan ombo miem omania kwan bi ombefa so ombo before 28 ombo nti me no ka say si a the minister no wa ha o hwehwe project no senior project no kwa ye no wa ha si a obi so o ye inspection wa ha si
bo ane wa manebo eye Moru Yaru ni yetenika edi efite mamoto we bro so afo hwa akwane akwantiposo onimanya for Francis Asenso Boache ebo apro hono na eye butterfly movement no penyina wada no eno yo onimanya for Alan Kwadwechire Maten wa hyebo akire mu esenyame ya ado no be yo mampenyina obehwe ama Ghana dwadifo enwo atompa papa efise wade hyehye ye sefata beba wade nse we nyina datudwa ebro ne adwadifo mo ashaman ene Madina ekokasaye
Kofareba ononsan kendini Emma Movement for Change afafranto amanyukuo no eyowura Alan Kwadwechire Maten Alan Cash wode bo chansem akwode amadwadifuo nyina wachirem a wose senyame ya adom wo be president o my Ghana mu a wo be hwe na sika korabia eno no edanso special bank wo be bo e de atoho no mu ama edwadifuo na etimi nso aboa wo mo ewo madwadie ensem nyina wose wo hwe o man bia no a edwadifuo eboa e moman no esikasem ene ne mpontuo sem no efa ne ntoma pefre yie pa na woman so esumu oman no dodo no be 70 to 80%. Nanso so se womo airpay loan anase besia bi no mo de abo mo adwade ensem so nyina no a na akwa yɛ boachi bi din esan sɛ interest aya na ɛda so ombetua ɛwɔ besia no ho no ɛso yie pa ɛno nti ɛne wɔhwɛ sɛ sa special bank we no ɛbɛhwɛ sa ɔha we nyina ho nsenkaye ɛde amom no wɔmotimi ɛde abo ɔmodwadi ensɛm so afei so edwa ɛno no yɛ abɛfo kwan so de obesi ɛde amom ɛwɔ my Ghana fa na baabia na adwadifo ɛtimi afili gbenze ɛwɔ na memu ensɛm ase ɛho nsɛm ɛto odwa sei
so we share Ghana isikasema na the economy it's anchored on the trading sector. So we find nipa oha. Emu my father said you son and I said you watch kura no. Omu ina emu dija. Na se omu ane kuta economy ne dia. Ana na se ho na se yebo modi ama ye ni eba. Ti ko ya mi tete o manu a. Dodo na utumu se omu se NDC aba MPP aba vie abiasa ne achire still mo dibia no mo hu ano baby omo edibia omo hye omo dwa market baby omo so to kwa mba faso kra omo ebedi omo dwa no kra e dem mo ti ende medika aka say kwa di e ba faso a me ma ba no e be bo omo with market infrastructure that's the normal because when you baby obedi dwa no a ebeda na dwa na koso say ni padodo na wo Ghana omo di dwa dia ana so mo ti omo ka bom na omo soso yetimi aban bo omo no motimi ye omo bank if you say so kwakobo besia 35% interest rate there no the ton no ma so the be better so enti ade ehia no say ye bo omo no ma so omo numbers no nko ano say omo ka mo bom a the most powerful bank ombetimi achechire wa say teachers omo our investment fund and am say omo so omo numbers kakra no me traders ko awo bigger numbers and no so ye bebo omo
eno achire adwadifo yin so e de ensem atudwa
ala de me kini di ate ala titi ma baba so ma di abade bi na fu de me danya me afa kini so afu so mo po onwa no be di amaye ya tina tu mo Ghana ya tina tu te fo ehiano ya hiano so ma po ma bro ya nya juma nya iti ehiano so ma po ye ni amu fefe for ye mo to ma dan ka show ya presence ado ko 5 cedi mo ma ye be to ko 3 cedis oba yes ba ko no size ya pense sense say the brain top client nti ye hialam fa omra no me ye fi nkwanso na nkwanso be ye bre sisamu maye why sisamu maye na ye bre o mayi mu ye ta de aye nto ye bre mi si akra na dasa nti bra why
yeko sinyane na awofo beye empim ensia omo ene omuma omo atwero eye nsohwe awie mechire wasne bi awie bepim sambere omo result maye enunti wayekefo office wo sinyane no mkobo dompe wo mo kire mu se baabia results ne hye bia enyima omo fise nkura no eso omo to omunim de so
sambere ye omo we hold a results no ama ye ma no akafie also Kiama ebi wo university ebi wo training college ebi wo nursing school ebi kura pedia ko security services obi so pedia to kwan ebi pedia to kwan ama ne visa time kura no apsen apa ho enti san tansa no obode boy ne de se ne medical aka no ye gitumu nda enye ye gitumu ochina enye na de chie nso eka ye sremo ye de nyame esremo ye mana bre ahiafo wo mu adefo we mu ene yetiti ye mo remu e register nkoda no school bia ni ho a o ko register na oje akoda no straight forward to form 3 nkra na brepa nti mo release results no maye na mo nsia bibi mfini asi nemu na mo ma mo supervisions no ene monitoring no enye tight
me mai be nya se hwebe me ma ti mo wire me mienu me ma ti mo ma hwe nkra he as see ya be my ya no twere kata aka hoyi we need the sooner ro kon kon because we need je ofie I don't say na kwa di su nti ebe sra ban say the abofa nansi fom no one pam from benje bi person man kola na nko nya asundue say nko bi ni manya broken heart bi ni manya yare basabasa say ya hwe ni yare bi sanso we man kola no enya ha bebre de akọ omo de won ha bebre mu maya no so ne nam prewanyen sene be kofa abaye so ni nyina so de ha obesana braye nti ya sra ho ma ya kwan ne nkola no benya kwan ne nko school say last year afia sana beka ho aya fia mienu se bi wa na mo no bitua nka akọ na nim dadaada ti ya sra ho unja mi maya ne ya bere
mike ya release nyema wotwe ya release 7 akaba akwan se mo de mo nkola no akamienu ese mo de man nkola but asat na no omunya mfa mo hwawofo anyamfo asesi ya memfanse ya bidie chamben no mo nsa na nya sika nko register yenim Ghana sese sika o se de ho siasa ye de nti sese siai se o katsera me se o fili obi ba kwan benye so sese nkola na mo obehwe obi akọ famprɛ wanyi se obi akọbọkro no nti ye besere aban Ghana aban na nado dankwa akufu ado MPP president say asemwe otia ontena so because no mo ye ne nti bida
ye mai ba bre mfie miensa won na fam me ni se me gina we ni kunu me ba ya ko ni mfie miensa ba nche ne maso saa me de ahwe no ndi me sra na na ado se ba bia wo ye bia wote a ye ma he benja ade ahim mfa ma be
na enne ewo mrashe betwemu no mo akọ asetena se de dado mo ye no yekoduru ho no ma kanea kafre kocho a no yedum so yi yesi dum siesie ebi asi amesuma ba ye kohwe kakra na Prince Akwa ewo mrashe bedwem waba ohwanu sibedi enkomo Prince
Obama Joseph
na de mrashe bedwem fom no mu eni planter na se generator bi akanye ne dum beso de adwuma
Oba ye magana fo akwaba na yemfa yensem no enwram na eye motion maame abena o se asar emubuye anu ro kuje to ablafa ebe second nti ono peje ne mu obekasa na ebo ne ni ye de ye nchen ne yesusu se bi a change over bi na ye bi a omo ya na bibisa na mpanifo chire mu se enyum no se wura so na ede opani honorable Brahma ono ye draft chire na se bedwani maame no eni sense na de ni koso no na ono so ho no bi na me sa ne se de koso no tum so na se bi a technical problem bi na koso opani mo akobade ba UTV so ye so etia watiefo ne mohwefo nyina na me nka se ene em se de koso no enye de koso mrahye bedwom fie ha nkoi ene sebe kanea atiakfo na nse nyina obi a behu a so bi wo ha umpotomu na atiko na se me metia ka se be na me wo fa adanta frafa nyina mudum kanea no ko de ye fa no nche ye se ma se de fie se Ghana nyina wa nyina no ene de sie dum so echie minim be de sie no se eche kakra de sie me no ka se kura no the house is running on a generator enye national grid na so but say other side of Accra which is a light to until can parliament be announced problem na ba can parliament dey me say ECG about because the parliament dey on ka but me yin say the parliament cried the ECG ka omunya dey on betimi afa yen kanea nemum dey agba so na nsin a wo ho ana kanea na triple econo eno enemu ECG ye do so the see enye eka ye de no enema e beside the ECG do so pan e enye say see on na e was say it be e why ne kind of kwechire Ghana for the use and pass the say no ye wo so fall and at every given time biano also say em say Kenya no ye wo
baby generating Canadian and say problem kakra or baby yet mean at peak. And what I say also tell us there was there was shedding of about 380 megawatts of electricity. A shady. There was a competitive ban no can question Ghana for oh your challenges kakra. It's a brand a premier way a comedy way Sabi you mentioned you're from Kenya. Because we are aware that at peak 380 megawatts was taken off the national grid. Power ever grid. Let's just say it was shortfall in the production of electricity. There was so much to be at now my time table at this time. The beer we can be doom at this time. Beer we can be doom. And now say and I don't know here. Me have a bring Kenya Jujube a chain away the aso and say the way to the Abba. It's also my na ye about the Yabaka. One say Yankupon dear. America say, yes, abomodi, I do so on do so president mamma by then you president the case to do so. A idea of the idea swa. We inherit both assets and liabilities. Or by an OG2 Sampa, one animal pay. So about the 2 year. On call Kujina Kosomo, Casso, the Asofo Kujina, say a mon payment should to move Kosomo Debbie, the more Beswano, and Numuno Dessa, IPPC by any Quinasa, the meeting plans in by including a Mary. As that time, no, you war President Mamma War Bemuno, MP Focus, a inflated price, a baby as you know, a Merino, and ne, or Mumbai, the Reno negotiated the price, if this have a car home, am I ne, to be able to say, no foresight or green pa. And now many a fiaka every Amadan Ghana there. And only a castle or Mampagina or your mouth. It was so over 2 problem. No, a idea of BDA, a heritage, and he solved it. Mr. Nakuparo, the do South Ghana. You for the Nakuswado say on kind of French. Also, to go to make a say, maybe say the Abbey, I experience to see, there's some form of doom so because you need so the IPPC car won't try it at any given time, piano. We need the full complement of energy, and I'm not be a doom or one be a so as well. About a 7 hours say honorable Brahma, a dress section, I should be getting or tell me say, you do so. Now, Parliament to call a do so, and a Caswadi, I just say, a 7 that a bit me, but I'm new and shape, yeah, and a minority, a year press conference led by Ura, John Jinapo, actually, we say, who said the enemy calling up before now. Omampani be pimu na show jefi what to me and kasa mfa ye kan yan sama hodo ni nyina mu and one price so say a car ye no which is about 533,000 megawatts in our people no chire mu say ohwe Ivory Coast ni other countries ben o man Ghana no san ku ni ade ni nyina Ghana ye populu ye de san krofo ni ka no ma ji o mo power ni nyina enu se na ma so ma sa ka we nyina no abe me no man Ghana pen ye ati ntino enu nwanwa na fe ojuno nwanwa ntia se o man pani ba no want to me umpire so and say anche bia that said your panini chile mu say tumi so and the siro maso jefi no eno ebo bae no nti instead ye tie na ye hu ye no eno wura no adjust section ma se be dwani no wasi so actually mu say yampa ye tumi so and the siro maso jefi.
Jacola da dekotopon abato mpesua so awonkraha NPP amayikono achitafo bi atintim nsam ade ekọ regional office etu empenifo anim se gina yesie bi omu esie se nipa ba ku bi ekọ onopose ewo mpesua so no omu empene so na nyade yeso se beye yesa obi a won wala de dekotopon abato mpesua so wonkramantem en womo ede womo hawo nyina akokọ dan NPP amanyoko no wono regional officer ewo enkran en womo ede etu empenifo anim eno ne national leadership no anim say womo enhwe na contester ekoso ewo empeso so wono no womo ema obibia no anani age ho se wono so ebesi akan ne bie no wonfa ne ho enhyem na mema womo nya ne sa so womo de nipa bi eba beto ahwe womo so kete say wonko no pose no mpo de anya de omezo so ne aso so chena enti de empenifo beso womo ye na womo de obi ehye womo so chenchina achense wono eno womo peno so obegina mu ewo womo fam wono ewo emrahye bedwa no adwa mu no wapre ede ama omo wo hono no enya de ombeti ase ne ate ase chena womo nsem eni
Honorable Osla Ousu oye minister oko contest your former regional minister Honorable Henry Kote oko contest owini se banisa na ye pese ye break 8 no e wo la constituency dia nani die e wo se ye bie contest se ne ye be na ne obewini ne ye nyina ye be ka abomu ne ye timi a support no ne ye break 8 no na mu mekoye ne se empayinfo edi obi ehye ye nkon so a ye be ba ne se he is not my candidate onye ne campaign eba sanso a without unity yentimi wini la we sit na ye peno
kaka democracy e enemenji ne fi democracy e no we sanu ofen wonu shishi ake wo fe ni bi ni ja ka wo te contest no wo lose no wo win sino ni am jo nyo ka ke esani aya contest ye la si ake habo
obunte yesufre no mu mbi ade ni mani nia contest ni mbem se ne ne say de ba ya ready ye voter ye leader no ye de be man ba ye so mo se ma nipa ba ko se onu na ye mfa onu nko esa ema odo ma party ni
ye nipa ba ko enti ye stress ye mie contest no obia mra de opeso obetimi a stand no bia nso ye nim de ye hwehwe ni se obetimi aba be di oman nanim a emmoa eni adom bi so ebe so youth so
enwe na Greater Accra Regional MPP chairman Owura Divine Agohum enso eje wono ensem no na wo de bo chansem ko ye de ma wo mo se wo how bia no obehwe no aso ano e de amom se na be ya asomdwe nsem no ebe unity e wo party no emu.
For the information of all of you, we did open nomination, and at the end of it, only Gerard Nyanjofio picked the nomination form, right? We went ahead, took him through vetting, and then acclaimed him as the party's parliamentary candidate for La Adekotopon. So if for any reason he is no more contesting, the party reserves the right to either select or elect a candidate to represent us. This must be clear. You understand? If you are saying you want a contest, I mean, that's okay. That's your democratic right. That's all right. Except that I don't know those who are interested in contesting, because we ever open nomination at La and nobody picked form except Gerard. So where from all these sudden interests and you want contest?
Oba efo efura bosome nkro no wo adwuma wo mu no ye ma de kwan so nkotene fie bosome miensa emfanhwa akoda no na wonsa emre adwuma eno na Madina mahye bedwani esusu senke be yanke yempagya mponko bosome nsia eno akire ye ma agyanom enso enko ahomegie ne mu bi eno ye paternity leave na emoa ma omunyada enkam mu enhwe nkoda no we enam so na TV yakọ abisa se sen enamoje no
Xavier Sosu at the bill because October Sebedwanu nim October bosome wo mfempene ne aduonu miensa 2023 mu na wo chirema wo se wo mo enyansa chiraye e wo section 57(1) Labor Act ni mu emfama no ni nyina ne say maternity leave anenka eye 3 months no won de nkobenya nko se wo mo emfa enko 4 months emfama no na face akoba ne se nipa no ye no operation na wo de ewo ye anase ebi a wo won ne ba wuye anase nipa no kwa wontafo entasa entanan tanumu a na omabomodin de na wotwemienu nso asan ape so ama no owie no de to so se be ma woni oba ne wo ye ne nko no nso nka omo ma no ebre kakra no waka oba ne ho aboa ne kakra hwe akwala na nka enije no nso be wie peye pa anti Labor Act section 20 no wo munya bibi saa wo na jese nka be ma no nso anya be se na wotwe baako e de kọ na wotwe nan so ne yire eye operation anase ne yiba no wuye ana bibi saa e ka ho ana yese no nso mo 2 weeks aka ho a ni nyina be ma no betimi ede aboa na yere no a sabe ye damra se bedwa yanim na UTV nsentwefo yaje omanfo na dwempo ede afa ho se wogidi se ehu hia se ebekosa na
awo no onya wuwie a akola ne hwe kota kranka 6 months kranka yepe because obi wo ho a oni obia wo fie ono nko a na eteki akola no responsible no bibie ni ho a obetimi ade support gise ono ankasa na wo penta no be ko school school for no nye bebre na wo abadaye ntimi hwa bofra ketekete 3 months no for kra no according to doctors say no for so no yema abofra no enti san say adwuma na wo pentama koninti gise onya akra ni nya no fu so no abi ho agise wa kye guade mu na ode asi ho emu fridge na we ni nyina na aspire enso na akra no esan say wonya bi nti na wo no mu ni sa tinka ebeboa se mo be ma yen ida say me prefer ka 6 months
maamin woman 6 months motum odo hwaban me ba no ho cheche e ba no ye fine no tum nya hozen so ka do rukwa edwuma echir na echir nka ya no basabasa na benyinize o benyin na asaze na owo besia so na asaze impresa ye ka da benyin no mohwe onye live na omohwe e ba na mas za osada besia ye no benyin no nyin nyina na obutu waye into my MPs abanzi oyedo order mom anyen mo suggest today woman besia no 6 months no ntum onfa anhwe eban benyinze I don't think or possible ni nyina wonfa ma besia 6 months ne benyin on time echu if anything benyin so will provide
condition ye wo musisia wo Ghana hanum se ebia bema ne ebe kwaba ansana efie ayede a oba no adeliver ofie no se bema no so kotene fie a asetena no me sure se be bibia be di kakra ntimi de minji ntumie
ko ebrochira a mo ebrochira mo ka che de bia ye che bema si nuama oba si nuama Ghana ha na oba se tabu e fa na ko tabu oba no bema no abi ntine de me kan no se emra ne ye ema oba wo a ye ma ye mema no se 2 years 3 years emfa ma ye yesu ye ntumi embu amano kakra no mu se omuso omonya faso bi wo ewo ye ho
anka 3 months na ye because nipa not na fie bro 3 months na she even become lazy because obe feel say like but na fie ama nti obekọ ejuma no na ne ho agogo efie na kokọ no ema ne de eye like probably 1 month de some bet na omoyere no because ebia omoye mami no operation nti it was someone in China ontimi mboa no onsuso ni mu kakra
ebi mu posi mema ne kraji leave na omo mfa ntene fi ombe pi enu tinkebe ya twentwe so ansa ye gina we se so ahome aba ye ba bongo difara what the sports agudi e ba beto so